Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News on 3FM 92.7. My name is Beatrice Adu. The news is also live on Kasmi 107.1 FM and across the world at 3news.com. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Supreme Court quashes a 2020 bench warrant for the arrest of social media commentator Kelvin Taylor, citing lack of due process. We'll bring you more. Also coming up, Minority Caucus walks out of Parliament during swearing in of Member of Parliament elect for Ablekuma North, Irabana Obin. And much later, Volta Regional House of Chiefs demands action against what it describes as worrying increase in marijuana cultivation in the region. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and we start from the court because the Supreme Court has quashed a 2020 bench warrant for the arrest of social media commentator Kelvin Taylor, citing lack of due process. In a 4-1 majority decision, a 5-member panel presided over by Justice Omoro Isifu-Tanko ruled that the warrant issued by Justice Eric Chebafo, now a Court of Appeals judge, violated Taylor's right to due process. The court granted an application for certiorari filed by Taylor's lawyers, arguing that the bench warrant was issued without giving Taylor a chance to be heard. Justice Ernest Joe dissented from the majority decision. The bench warrant was issued on January 16, 2020 after Kelvin Taylor allegedly made some derogatory comments about Justice Chebafo. The warrant directed the Inspector General of Police, National Security, and the National Intelligence Bureau to arrest Taylor and bring him before the court to answer for his comment. The Supreme Court's decision marks a significant development in the case, with Justices Senyor Jamefe, Simon Surubare, and Philip Bright Mensah making their first appearance on the Apex Court panel that ruled on the matter. We stay at the court, and the acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafoboni, has urged lawyers and judicial service staff to embrace court-connected alternative dispute resolution as a viable and preferable first option for resolving issues within its scope. He emphasized that this alternative system helps to reduce the workload on the court while also cutting down the costs and avoiding delays associated with formal litigation. Justice Bafoboni made the remarks during the opening of this year's National ADR Advocacy Week in the Eastern region.
While the traditional court system has served Ghana well, it is often costly and time-consuming. Court-connected ADR provides efficient tools: mediation, arbitration, negotiation, and conciliation that help resolve disputes in a more humane and constructive manner. I also urge court staff, registrars, and the bar to embrace court-connected ADR as part of the justice delivery process, not as an afterthought, but a viable and often preferable first step.
And you have Acting Chief Justice Paul Bafoboni. Now, this afternoon, Parliament will consider the Ghana Medical Trust Fund bill after the minority blocked its emergency passage on Monday. The fund aims to cover treatment and medication costs for non-communicable diseases not currently included under the National Health Insurance Scheme. It will also invest in health infrastructure, medical equipment, and research to improve access to quality health care. Funding funding for the trust will come from three sources: 20% of the allocations to the National Health Insurance Fund, parliamentary approved funds, and returns on the fund's investment. Now, on Monday, the minority raised concerns over a lack of quorum, forcing the House to defer the bill's second reading. And I'll bring you more as well as go to Parliament. But before that, we head to the Volta region because the Regional House of Chiefs there is demanding action against what it describes as a worrying increase in marijuana cultivation in the region. Beatrice Adu, the fourth president of the House, said the passage of the Narcotics Control Commission Act 2020 Act 1019, which allows for the issuance of license for the cultivation of a particular species of the cannabis, has given rise to the incriminate cultivation of the drug. Faisal Abdu Idris, who joins us live on the line with more on this development. Faisal, what do you think this concern from the chief stems from, first of all?
Well, so this very concern was brought to bear when the Volta Regional Minister, Honorable James Kunu, and the region's representative of the Council of State, Tanko Atopre Gabriel, visited the House of Chiefs to discuss a number of issues bordering on the development of the region. Beatrice Adu, the fourth, the paramount chief of Amfuega, who doubles as the president of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, indicated that as chiefs, they have gathered intelligence that there has been an increase in the cultivation of marijuana across the region. This, he says, has also culminated into the usage of the drug across the region, particularly among young people. He is expressing worry over the fact that not only is the cultivation on the high, but also they are seeing an increase in the usage among young people. And this is where his concern lies largely, that even though the law permits that a certain species of the cannabis is allowed to be farmed, and particularly under license, he is seeing what they now describe as a worrying trend of the farming, such that everywhere in the region, people are attempting to cultivate marijuana. Let me point out also the fact that particularly when you go to the northern part of the region, the Volta region, the farming and cultivation of marijuana is believed to be on the high. The Alavanyo areas, the Nkonya areas, parts of Afajato, the Ohwe enclave largely, the police indicated recently that they have become hotspots for the cultivation of the cannabis. Let's listen to Beatrice Adu on the exact concerns we raised before the minister.
What has been brought to my attention is springing up of marijuana farms all over the region. It does appear that since the passage of the Narcotics Control Commission Act, which recommended the grant of license to people to grow a particular species of marijuana, this whole concept that we're taking as a license before anything, that particular species is for medicinal purposes, not for recreational purposes. But it appears that people have taken the liberty and are busy cultivating all kinds of species of marijuana.
And you had the president of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, Beatrice Adu, the fourth. We still do have our correspondent online with us, Abdu Idrisu. We know this call was made directly to the Volta Regional Minister as well. What was his reaction?
Yes, the Volta Regional Minister acknowledged this concern and indicated to the House that they would take action, but that would have to be a collective action in ensuring that they clamp down on the issue of the increase in the farming and also the usage among young people across the region. But the meeting largely at the House of Chiefs was to discuss the issues of the development of the region. So he touched on a few projects the government intends to do, particularly the whole Aflao Road, which has been a major concern to the chiefs themselves and the people here in the region. Let's listen to Honorable James Kunu.
The road from Ho to Aflao is going through a procurement process for award under the big push. This road is so dear to our hearts that we captured this in our manifesto and we're going to deliver 7 laws, including the Asikuma stretch up to Togo. So the moment the procurement process is done, the award will take place and then the construction will commence.
And you had the Volta Regional Minister, James Gunu, speaking earlier to our Volta Regional correspondent, Abdul Faisal Idrisu, and he also bringing us the latest from there earlier. Let's return to Parliament because the NDC member of the House for Ablekuma North, Irabna Obin, has officially been sworn into office by the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Bagbin. But the swearing in did not come without drama, as the minority caucus walked out of the proceedings after being denied an opportunity to make submissions on the floor of the House before the swearing in. Irabna Obin's swearing in follows her victory in a closely contested parliamentary rerun in the Ablekuma North constituency. The rerun was held across 19 polling stations after the Electoral Commission nullified the results of the original December 2024 parliamentary election due to allegations of electoral irregularities and the submission of an authenticated pink sheet. Let's listen to what transpired in the House, just briefly.
Mr. Speaker, it has been a long, drawn battle. But at long last, the people of Ablekuma North now have a member of parliament. And we are grateful to the Almighty God for making this happen. But even more, we are grateful to the people of Ablekuma North for their resilience. They put up a fight starting from the night when the elections results were being put together, I think on the 7th of December, and they have been fighting since the 7th of December 2024, and today, the 22nd of July 2025, their aspirations are being met. Their desired choice to represent them in the parliament, the night parliament, has finally prevailed. And today we see that the young lady has been sworn in. So, Speaker, I want to welcome Honorable Obin Eurama. She has really fought a hard fight. She has demonstrated what women can do. She has demonstrated what women can do. Very few men can withstand the pressure that this young lady has withstood. And I want to commend her highly for, weathering the storm, fighting relentlessly the way that she has done, so that today will count. With her addition to this House, the National Democratic Congress has had its number increased by 1 more. Mr. Speaker, I think we now have, the NDC now has 2/3 of the House. Mr. Speaker, let me repeat that the National Democratic Congress now, for the first time in a very long time, has 2/3 of this House. Mr. Speaker, with this number, we can do many good things for this country. With this number, we can carry out significant constitutional reforms to make this country better. Ghanaians today have given us all the numbers that we need to reset Ghana. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, I want to assure Ghanaians that what President John Dramani Mahama said when he was being sworn in still stands, that the National Democratic Congress will not abuse the majority given to it by Ghanaians.
And you had the Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga welcoming the newly sworn-in Member of Parliament for the Ablekuma North Constituency, Irabina Obin. Let's get a quick update from Christian Yale. He's our parliamentary correspondent. Chris, what more can you tell us, especially what led to the minority boycotting the entire process and walking out of the House?
Exactly. So the minority chief whip, MP for Sawama Dajri, Frank Anodompre, had wanted to make a preliminary statement before the swearing in of Irabina Obin as MP for Ablekuma North. The Speaker disagreed. Actually, the disagreement first came from the Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga, who was of the view that he cannot seek to arrest the process because that is against the mandate of the provisions that they work with here in Parliament. And so, unless he waits till the swearing in is done, he is unable to make any statement, especially when they do not know the nature in which such comment is going to come with or come from or is going to be. That is what sparked the disagreement on the side of the minority, who were of the view that if that is the difficulty they are going to face, then there was no way they are able to partake in it, which eventually led to they walking out of the chamber and disassociating themselves from the swearing in of the MP for Ablekuma North, Irabina Obin. And so the swearing in took place without any single member of the NPP MPs in chamber. However, because the majority side also has its numbers and is able to carry on with business, at least has the quorum to conduct business, they went ahead to have the swearing in done. And right now, right around the premises or the President of Parliament, there are scores of NDC sympathizers and supporters and party executives who have turned up and are still having some warm felicitations and exchanges with the Member of Parliament who have just been sworn into office.
What else should we expect in the House today?
Exactly, Beatrice. So we know that yesterday the process started with the consideration of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund bill, which was deferred to today because of the absence of quorum to take decision, which was a concern raised by the minority side. And so the House adjourned proceedings to today. Now they are expected to continue with the second reading of that crucial bill that is going to set up the Ghana Medical Trust Fund to take care of chronic diseases and the rest of them, especially ones that are not captured under the National Health Insurance Scheme. It is also expected that they will consider the delegations from Ghana's Parliament to ECOWAS Parliament as well as the Pan-African Parliament.
Thank you very much, Christian Yale. He's our parliamentary correspondent. Some 18 minutes past the hour of 12. When we come back, we'll tell you more about the Regional Coordinating Council of the Greater Accra region and what it is doing in Sakomon or Ramsar area. Don't go away.
Hello, Ghana. It's a new year and Bills Microcredit is here to support your dreams. If you're not working but want to start a business, don't let money stop you. With just your Ghana card, you can get a loan to turn your ideas into reality. Already running a business? Need more capital? Or are you a salary worker looking for extra funds? Bills offers fast and easy loans with no collateral, no deposit, and no SUSI savings required. Wherever you are, whatever you need, Bills makes it happen. Call Bills Microcredit today. Call 0596 920 833 or 0302 200 390 and get started. Bills is licensed and regulated by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
Freezer, get the abba. Adama for the abba, a freezer. Adama, a quaffosamentia. Adama, Metamosua, my sorry. Canino, Obo Moasia. I do for the Nobium Unum and San Last and 9. I don't know what we did was here. Adama for you from what we say. Yet the Adruba Cope, a ship will be a high technology. I could for freezer. When Kwan, and once open your 15 letters. no fiegum what ya no fiegum o de basia fu ye bie no basia bio e ko ti se o be ti mo no na mo ye sure se o men sure ntasie ne mo se na afọ na anu a freezer o mpa we na apade freezer
basia e be so do so ama amoni age
o mu ti na me wasika o mu ti na me di me nyina du ba bi so mo dum du adama o that adama no kua adama you can't resist.
Ubenya Adama West Africa for edwe bi we baby biara ye ton kra ye ho edwu. Afi kayo na kenkan enchoya ewo edre ho.
20 minutes past the hour of 12. This is still the midday news on 3FM 92.7. Thank you very much for staying. Now, the Regional Coordinating Council, led by the Greater Accra Regional Minister, has returned to the Sakomono Ramsar site for the second phase of demolitions just a month after the initial exercise. And we'll be getting in touch with our correspondent, Joseph Armstrong, very shortly. He's there monitoring events for us.
Ghana, Africa, and worldwide. Join us on Inspirational Gospel Mix this and every Sunday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Get ready for the revolution. Come on, what you say now?
Let's go to the Ashanti region now, and the Sofo Line underpass, designed to provide a safe crossing for pedestrians, has become a hotspot for criminal activity due to its inadequate lighting system, discouraging many from using the facility. Residents and commuters have raised alarm over the persistent darkness in the tunnel, which has turned it into a hiding place for criminals. Multiple reports of attacks and muggings have left pedestrians fearing for their safety, forcing many to avoid the underpass altogether. Ibrahim Abubakar is our Ashanti regional correspondent. He joins us live on the line. Ibrahim, what more can you tell us?
Well, Beatrice, the reality is now walking through that tunnel feels like a gamble, because the poor lighting makes it easy for thieves to hide and even strike. So for most pedestrians, they would rather cross the busy road than risk their safety, even though per statistics from the National Road Safety, and that place is one of the hotspots when it comes to pedestrian lockdown. But go there and you realize that most people who cross the road than to use this safe package, because the lack of functional street light has not only endangered pedestrians but also defeated the purpose of the underpass as a secure alternative to crossing the highway. So for now, the pedestrians are just calling on local authorities to urgently repair the lighting system and install maybe surveillance cameras to restore public confidence in the facility. Now, this is a project that was started in 2007. As we speak, because the project is not fully completed, I mean the Sofo Line interchange, the contractors are yet to hand it over to the government. So when we made effort to speak to the assembly regarding what they are doing about it, they said for now their hands are tied. They are unable to go and fix it because the project is yet to be handed over to the government. So for now, until maybe that is done and also this lighting system is fixed, then pedestrians will have to navigate the dangers of both the tunnel or even the traffic.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Abubakar. Let's listen to some of what the pedestrians told him earlier.
We feel scared. When we are passing here, sometimes our brothers, we have to carry them because they are scary. So we will pass. Sometimes we will cross the road, and sometimes we will pass here. They should face the lights.
And you heard that some pedestrians in the Ashanti region, we do apologize for the poor quality of the sound. Let's return to our earlier story about the Regional Coordinating Council led by the Greater Accra Regional Minister returning to the Sakumono Ramsar site for the second phase of demolitions. Joseph Armstrong is there. He joins us live on the phone. Joe, what can you tell us?
So Beatrice, currently we are heading towards the Sakumo Ramsar site where the regional minister and some task force going to continue with the second phase of the demolition. I can see some military officers and also police men being brought on site to the place. And we've been just this morning waiting for the bulldozers and excavators to come for us to continue with the demolitions inside. So as we speak now, the green light has been given. So we are now heading towards the site where the demolition will be taking place. Beatrice.
How are people reacting to this?
So we are still in the vehicle. We are still in the vehicle here to get to the exact location where the demolition will be taking place. But we are told that, of course, they are gathered there already, pleading with the RISEC to reconsider that decision and give them some time to relocate from the place, or, if possible, rezone the buffer area at the Sakumono Ramsar site.
Thank you very much, Joseph Armstrong. Be safe. And that was our correspondent there, currently on a journey to the Ramsar site, Sakumono Ramsar site, with the Greater Accra Regional Minister for the second phase of demolition in that part of the country. Now, experts are concerned about the whereabouts of thousands of ammunition reported missing since the last quarter of 2024. The revelation by the Defense Minister, Dr. Edward Omanebuama, detailed ammunition taken from the military armory and handed to the National Security Secretariat still not accounted for. Now, with some security experts demanding thorough investigations, there are those who say the ammunition could already be in the hands of the wrong persons. Dr. Victor Docker is a security consultant with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center.
Any citizen or Ghanaian hearing this would, have cause for concern. Now, exactly in 2024, which period are we talking about? Is it the old 2024 or some quarters in 2024? Ideally, now, in the context of our dispensation now in Ghana here, what are the dynamics that play out when you talk about irregular transfer of what ammunitions? Does it pose a threat? Okay, these are the questions that people would generally ask. At some level, you'll rest assured that the security apparatus, as the minister has come out with this information, means they have advanced with regards to what investigations, and it's only a matter of time that people will be named, culprits will be picked up for questions and answering. But I don't think we should be worried in that regard, because now when you talk about even the illegal or the negative use of these, ammunition, should assuming it falls into the wrong hands, you're talking about how the intelligence have picked up who are those who are going to use it for what purpose and whatnot. Right. So I think people should just relax for the authorities to work, with regards to what the information that they have, and the rest assured we'll have some positive results coming up.
And you had Dr. Victor Docker. He's a security consultant with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. And I did tell you that the Small Arms Commission is currently having a press conference, we believe, together with the Select Committee on Defense and Interior. And we'll bring you an update of that press conference in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Beatrice Adu. Thank you very much for joining us on the Midday News today. Log on to shrinews.com for more news. Have a good afternoon.